I was with a friend yesterday, and he wasn't doing very well. He just wasn't himself. He was really kind of angry, and you could feel his pain, and he was suffering. He did finally get around to asking me, well, how are you, Adam? And I said, well, I'm having a happy moment between the crises in my life. And yeah, no shit. I was thinking about that this morning, and I said, what is it that's created so much suffering in my life? And it was, I saw this image of these waves, this big swell just coming in from the sea and just pounding the shoreline, and it was just consistent, and it was big, and this suffering that just comes in these waves. It's really a bout of suffering, and maybe you get a respite in between. And I don't know what your circumstance may be, but I think it's very common amongst many of us to feel these moments of happiness that can be somewhat fleeting between these moments of suffering and these greater crises. So I started to really think about this a little bit and feel, what does it feel like to want to not suffer? And what does that mean? And why does it feel like it's out of my control completely? Because the thoughts of conflict come in, the thoughts of being right and wrong come in. And that's the key, I found, is because I wanted to be right all the time. And I thought about that a little bit, and I said, well, when did I start to feel that? And I realized that when I was a little boy, that I always wanted to be right. I never wanted to be wrong. And as a matter of fact, I created a lot of commotion and created a lot of energy. My neighbor Raymond even referred to me as the bomb. Here's Adam, he's the bomb. Oh my God, watch out. Oh Lord. And I was like that little Tasmanian devil that just created a storm of energy. And of course, that was the little me, hurt me, feeling wrong in who I was and what I did, and being told that I was wrong in what I did. So I became really obsessed with trying to be right in the world. And I realized, after thinking about trying to be right in the world, I mean, who doesn't want to be right? Who would want to be wrong? I realized that, wow, my wanting to be right in my relationships made for relationships that weren't so happy. I got involved with people that the relationships became about you being wrong and me being right. Or them being right and me being wrong. My gosh, even worse. Or in my work, same idea. And this sense, I think, is very pervasive in our culture. I mean, just look around at what's happening in our politics and our racism. I'm white and you're some other color and you're wrong. And my belief in women's free right to choose is right, and your position is wrong. My position in terms of protecting the sacredness of Mother Earth is right, and because you want to exploit her resources, you're wrong. So I realized the tension created in the right and wrong of life really just created a lot of unhappiness for me. And in that realization, suffering occurs as a result of this one simple idea of wanting to be right. in this one simple idea that what drives my wanting to be right is my wanting to be seen and my wanting to be heard over your wanting to be seen and your wanting to be heard. And when that happens, things get angry, things get acrimonious, life becomes unhappy. So being right and having happiness are mutually exclusive. They don't go together. And I would far, far, far rather be happy than to be right. And I trust and I hold that for our society, our culture, that seemingly is at war with trying to be right and wrong, that judges others that they are wrong and guilty and sees ourselves as being right and innocent. It hasn't worked, and it didn't work in my life, and it created tremendous pain and suffering. So I'm holding today that we have these happy moments, that we let go of the need to be right, and we hold ourselves in the indelible truth of who we are as children of the sun, as the Mayans and the Incans used to say. We're children of God, and we're reflections of the happiness and joy of who we are. And I bid you much happiness today, and to think about when you feel the need to be right, to reconsider that and to allow others to be right in their own way. Because truly, it's not a right and wrong world. It's not a black or white world. It's a world in which we all seek happiness and peace in our life. And I hope you find that for yourself. Blessings and Godspeed.